All right, welcome back to another edition of Chad Talks, and I'd like to start by telling a story about where I rehearse and practice and record here in Studio A. And a lot of people say, why are you in your kitchen? And kitchen blues, and it's fun to hear the comments, and but the story behind it is that it's an apartment attached to the main part of the house. It's like an in-law addition, and my mom and my grandparents lived here, so it's a really special place to me. It's very inspiring. And as you walk in, there's a big, gigantic A hanging on the wall as you walk in the door, and it constantly reminds me of them and just how cool of a place this is, and with a lot of freedom and space to be creative and learn things and experiment with things that I do in music. And once again, please like and subscribe to my videos if you enjoy this kind of dialect. So there's also a lot of things I've been learning on guitar, and I wanted to discuss that. And one of the main things is for me has been taking lessons, and that person-to-person atmosphere is really the most beneficial thing anyone could ever do. I mean, I also learn a lot from YouTube. I watch hundreds, if not thousands, of instructional videos. I still do it every day. I'm constantly learning and cycling through those videos and trying the things that those people are teaching, and I must say that I'm so inspired by so many of them, and I almost kind of want to emulate that, or and if I can in any way help to inspire others, to me that's very that's my goal, is to in some way or another inspire other people. So again, let me know your thoughts, feelings, anything you want to say, anything you want me to talk about, and stuff like that. But again, for me, what really opened up my playing was learning the fretboard. Every note, every octave, and just learning that. Start with G, just like that, and learn the place where every G is on the neck. Anywhere you can find a G, and then once you do that, that should only take a couple minutes. Really focus on that, learn it, and then you pretty much already mastered the fretboard. Once you do that, then do the same with the A. Learn all of them like that. So and just keep going on, and eventually it will sort of lock in. At least it did for me. It took 20-30 years, but I eventually got around to it. And I sort of regret not doing that a lot sooner in my life. I think it would have taken my playing to a whole nother level at an earlier stage. And so that's important. And then learning every chord shape you possibly can in every position you possibly can. Like take A7 for example. Every single one of those chords was an A7, same chord over and over. And then once you do that with one chord, you can apply it to all the chords, just like we did in the previous example of learning where all your A's are. That's super cool. So for me, that's the secret. I think earlier I may have mistakenly played a G for an A, so I want to correct myself there. Should have been there. So, but learning that really opened up my playing, my knowledge of the guitar, my concepts of chords and where they are. I think there's a lot of people that say, oh, I don't need, to learn theory to play the guitar, and it's just, it takes too much time, and it's too overwhelming. Where do you start and stuff like that? I think, theory is a very broad term. So it can lead to so many intricate sort of rabbit hole scenarios. So it's hard to really structure what theory is. So for me, in some ways, just learning the basics of that, there's sort of building blocks. What a major scale is, kind of thing. How do you play the C major scale? If you can do that in several positions, and then do the same with the D and the same with the E. Again, leading back to the previous examples of once you learn that one scale, or we'll take A major again. Once you learn every A, where every A is, you can just build that scale from every single A that you found on the guitar, like we did earlier. Build that major scale off of it, and suddenly the whole fretboard is just wide open. And so that was the technique that helped me learn every note on the fretboard. So I hope you've enjoyed this, me rambling on about my stories and my experiences. But it's important to me, and I'm glad to be able to share it with all of you. And once again, thanks for liking and subscribing to my videos. Be kind to each other.